So another character that's absolutely popping off because of the Dendro changes, or rather the introduction of Dendro, is going to be Miko, who is really, really good. We're here in Sumeru in the cave with the great big cock of Sumeru. So, before I actually dive deep into the actual damage increases that Miko is experiencing because of Dendro and all that jazz, let's just absolutely pop off against the great big cock of Sumeru. Whoops. Like so. Okay, let's dive deep into the amount of extra damage that we're actually doing with Miko. We're here with Masanori, so let's do this. So just like the Lisa video, we'll start off with just pure Aggravate shenanigans, and then we'll go through an entire kit, and then later on we'll look at some additional things using Jade, and in this case, C6 Sara. So, we'll start off with Miko's basic attack. I've triple crowned my Miko, so we've got around about 3,000 to 5,000 damage rather on her normal attack, which is actually pretty decent. That's actually pretty decent. So when we do Aggravate shenanigans, it's 8,000 on her first attack, but because of her ICDs, I can only ever make it work on her first attack. I would like to make it work on her last attack, but I have not been able to find a way to make it work on her last attack. First attack will aggravate. 10,000. Where the hell did that come from? Oh! It's working on her last attack! Now it's not working on her last attack, but that's the idea. You're basically doing double, if not slightly more, slightly under triple damage, depending on how much damage you're actually doing. Okay, let's have a look at her turrets. So my turrets are doing around about 11,000 damage, which is pretty nice. As you would expect, because they're doing a lot more damage than my basic attacks, the proportion of damage, i.e. the multiplier of the damage, is going to be a little bit less. Now hitting 18,000 as opposed to 11,000. That's pretty good. Now let's have a look at how much damage Miko's ultimate is going to do. We're gonna wait for Masanori to stop spinning like a Beyblade. Pow! 32k on a crit. And we're gonna mainly look at her additional crits afterwards, because looking at her initial crit is just a little bit sad. But if we use something like Aggravate, we'll be doing this kind of damage. Whoops. 37,000 damage. So basically, you know, the extra damage that we're getting from Aggravates on her ult, not that big a deal in the long run. So now that we've looked at her entire kit, let's have a look at some additional things that we can do to make her do even more damage. So for Miko's basic attacks, VV with Jean, C6 Sara. So we're doing like 10,000 damage, but we're not getting blocked. 11,000 damage on an Aggravate like that. Hey guys, this is Kate the editor. That was a bit of a crap demonstration, wasn't it, folks? Here's a better look at it. And then, of course, we have her turrets. C6 Sara. 24,000 damage. Like so. 35,000 damage on an actual Aggravate proc. So that is, of course, really, really high. And then, of course, we have Miko's ultimate. Don't block. 75k on her ultimate, which was a lot higher than I expected. Hey guys, it's Editor Kate again. Let's chuck in Nobilis. But that is, I guess, the effect of using VV Shred and C6 Sara, so of course you're going to be doing a lot of damage. Her normal baseline, when I was playing Miko with Raiden Inquisition, for example, or VV Shred Raiden Inquisition, was around about 50k per hit. So we're basically getting about 50% more damage, I think, from just running Aggravate instead of running Raiden Shogun. So that's pretty good. But yeah, that is essentially where Yae Miko is at as a result of Dendro application. Aggravate being a really powerful reaction for someone like Yae Miko. On top of that, Yae Miko being a really good Electro off-fielder basically means you could use Yae Miko in Hyperbloom teams if you want to use Yae Miko in Hyperbloom teams, including Hyperbloom teams that aren't using Tinglani, for example. You could actually still use Yae Miko to just be that off-field Electro application. On top of that, like if you're just using Yae Miko for that kind of stuff, you don't really need to worry too much about her ultimate, which means that energy regeneration is not really a huge factor that you need to be worrying about. But if you want to do like proper Yae Miko damage and really worry about her ultimate, which does a lot of damage, then of course you're going to need to look at her energy regeneration. That is why 9 times out of 10 whenever I'm playing Yae Miko, I'm either playing Yae Miko with another Electro character like Lisa or Raiden Shogun, or even Sara for that matter, or I have some sort of other battering method. So Dori coming along could be a very useful option if you need a healer for Yae Miko. But aside from that, I think Yae Miko is in a pretty good spot, doing what, 35,000 damage per Aggravate on her turrets off field. Seems pretty good to me. And now for a special look at Yae Miko, Hyperbloom Driver. So basically the reason why this is working so well is because Yae Miko's normal attacks are actually AoE. Essentially, they go out in a giant line, and anything that gets caught in that line, i.e. any of the bloom seeds that get caught in that line, will also get triggered. So not only is Yae Miko's turrets doing Hyper Bloom shenanigans, but her normal attacks as well. So that's of course going to be really good. So yeah, let me know what you think about all of this in the comments below. Again, just keep in mind her ICDs, her normal attack ICDs are standard ICDs, which means it's generally her first attack that's going to end up getting the Aggravate proc. Her turrets will have one of the turrets proccing with her ICDs, which basically means in 3 turrets, only one of the turrets will be proccing Aggravate anyway. But her ult doesn't have any ICDs, which means if you use her ult and you go for Aggravate Yae Miko with her ult, then yes, you can get potentially 3 hits of 75,000 damage and potentially about 65,000 damage on her first initial hit, which is a ton of damage. That is way more than 250,000 damage. So that's pretty damn good. But aside from that, hope you guys enjoyed this. If you like this video, hit that like button, subscribe for more Genshin Impact action, and until next time, I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Bye! 風の神、我裁きの雷。